So today we are creating this football game. So this is the game. So here we can see the score. This is our score and this is the computer score. And our aim is to make the ball cold here. And the player 2 is just doing goalkeeping, we can say. And she can prevent us from making the ball go to the goal. And plus, if the ball touches to this girl, then the points would be hers. But if the ball touches to the goal, then the point will be yours. So it's actually just we can say player 1 and player 2, but the player 2 is actually computer. So this is a single player game. So let's just start. So we can say as soon as I click this ball, so this ball will just start moving and it says I got a point. But what if this girl touches the ball? See, now the point goes to her. So this is actually what the main idea of this game which we are creating. So we can see that as I have already told, and actually this is a match of 5 points. So in 5 points you have to play. Now let us just score 5 points and we will win. Let's have a play. And what did we notice? As soon as it touched the goal, the ball again went to its initial position. And as soon as the ball touched this girl, then it again went to its initial position. So it's tie, but we want us to win. She is going to win. No, we will win. So 4 points, just 1 point left to win. I hope 4 all. So just 1 point to win. Let's see who will win. So we won. I have won. So this is actually what the game is we are creating. And what if computer won? Then instead of you won, it will show computer won. So this way. So let's just go to code.org. Then we need to first always sign in, because it will then have a record of what our projects are. So we are going to create a new game map project. First, let us just add the required sprite. So we'll go to backgrounds. You can just write here somewhat like this, or we can have this one. Then what we were going to have is, we are going to have a ball. So here you can write football, then add this ball. Then we are going to have 2 people playing the game. You can have any. That's really not going to matter. I can have this one girl. And you can also have one more person, one more sprite, one player. Then what we will have is, everything is done, so nothing more we need to add, but in this code field we are going to make some modifications. So here we are going to add this bucket tool, paint bucket tool, and just add paint it black here, because here we will add the score. So it will show here, so that we can add the score as we have made in this game. You can see score, isn't it? Here also it is showing score here, so that is why the same we are doing there. So we have it added all the sprites, all the necessary sprites. Now it's time to implement the sprites in our game. So first we are creating a variable known as background. So background is this. Now I'm going to run and it will not run because first I have to draw the sprites. Now when I will reset and run, we can see that it's showing. Next what we're going to do, we're going to add player 1, then we're going to add player 2. Then we will add animation. Just copy it. Now first let's just player 1 we can add to anyone. Then we can add one more set animation, that is player 2. Then when I will run, it's going to become so large. So of course. So to prevent this, what we are going to do is we're going to scale. I hope till now you understood what's the meaning of scales. If you haven't, then let me have a quick revision for you to know it. So scale will just, what we'll do, scale is going to make your sprite either bigger or smaller. So here we can write 0.5, let this run. I'm not sure how will it work, it's not even visible because we need to even scale player number 2. So I think 0.5 would be much bigger. When I will run, I knew it. So what you can do is 0.25, 0.2. This is, it's become so small, too small. So we will make it 0.2. So now it's pretty fine. Now we are going to add the X position and Y position to it. I hope you are clear with what is X position and Y position. X position is nothing but this position, this sleeping position, and Y position is the height. Is it height, or we can say the slanting position, the straight position. So we can have it to 196. How we can just hover on it and then you can see the X position, Y position in the down position. So 196 I think would be fine. So when I will reset and run, it's good, but I don't like the sprite. I don't like actually the sprite. So I like this one. Oh. We had it a serious mistake. Here we need to show. So now right here 196 and 45. Now whenever we set in line, Now I can see my price. We can make it 44, even 42. I don't know why you're refreshing the video. We can just write 40 here. Oh no, we were doing a mistake. We need to do it 50. Yeah, now it's fine. And the girl is all fine. We can put it in 196 to be in the same position as the boy is. And we can give this position here. So we can make it 230. What's it? It's all according to you. It's fine. Now it's time for the ball to be implemented in a game. Plus we need to also scale it because I know it's going to be very large. I knew it. So we will scale it. Let's make it very small. 0.05. Then when we will run, it's now coming to its good position. I think player 5 could be 45 only. Then what we can do is, we have to do that. The girl has to move all the time. So we will add her velocity x. We're going to add velocity x of the girl. So we will add player 2 where velocity x is equal to 3 because not much faster. So we can see that the girl is moving. But don't you see that as soon as she crosses this edge, then she's just going out. So we don't want that. We want that she should again come back. So we are adding an if statement. First we are creating the sprite as h. Then we are adding an if statement that no need of that. We can simply add player 2 will bounce off from the edges. When I run, so it's all fine now. Fine. Next we are doing is, let's do that when we click on the ball, then it should start moving. So an if statement that if mouse is pressed over, ball, then its y velocity, y. I have already explained what is the velocity in the basics of game lab videos. So you can just watch that series if you want to have a very good idea of game lab. Then you must watch the basics video which is already included in my channel. So then ball of velocity y is equal to 3. It's just going to make the ball come down. So when I reset and run and click on the ball, so it's coming down. Right? Now next part we want is, now let's add one more if statement, and suppose if the ball is touching player 2. If the ball is touching player 2, then what's going to happen? If ball is touching player 2, then ball's y position is going to be 93 as it was its initial position 93 plus its velocity will not be, its velocity will be 0 because the people have to again make it move. So its velocity will be 0 for now. So let's just run. And I don't think, if you were not able to see the code clearly, I have done it now. So whenever I click this ball and it touches the call gate. So then we can see that it goes back to its initial position, isn't it? So next what we are doing is, next we are adding one more if statement. Now suppose if ball is touching, what we can do is, we can just copy it and paste, and if ball is touching the bottom edge, if it's touching the bottom edge, then what's going to happen? Everything would be same, like its by position and everything, and we will implement the score later. So okay, because create a price is after it, we will add it after it. Now we will reset and run. Now as soon as it touches the goal, oh no, she has touched. So after I hit goal, then it comes back. Now we will add the implementation of goal later. Let's just first do the code part. Then what we are doing next is, after draw sprite we are adding text. What are we writing? Text of this code. So first we need to implement this code. So here we are going to create a new variable, that is score. We are creating a new variable score1 as 0. And see, we can copy and paste in the next line. Then variable score2 is equal to 0. Now let's add the text. We have added. Now whenever I run,